Today I sit down with Second City veterans Jimmy Carrain and John Hildreth. Between the two of them, they have over 60 years of improv experience. They have a show the first Sunday of every month at Judy's Beat Lounge, located at Second City. And it's a better show, knowing that I'm going to see a different style of improv every first Sunday of the month. When I go see Jimmy and Johnny, it's not going to be the same old show, 1, 2, 3 punchline, 1, 2, 3 punchline. To know that it's going to switch up, I think it's better for the consumer as well. I was wondering, like, one of the most daunting things I've thought about whenever I've considered doing two-prov is you guys can't have a night off. Like, you guys have to come every night, because if you have an off night, you can't hide behind 6 other people who are going to pick up the slack. You know, you have to bring it every night. But sometimes with improv, it just doesn't happen. You know, at least with me, maybe just the stars don't align that night, and I'm off a little bit. How long does it take for you to recognize maybe your partner's in a funk, and like you have to play a different style than you're used to playing that night?
Well, I would say this, that once a month I get worked up, and this show means a lot to me. I look forward to playing this show, and I get geared up to play this show. I also perform most of the jam sandwiches Thursday night, and what you're talking about happens to me more in that show when there are like 9, 10, 11, 12 people up on that stage, and it's like, man, the audience doesn't like me tonight. Good thing I can just duck back here for a few scenes. So I know what you're talking about.
I always feel, and I didn't feel this at the beginning, because I think there was probably like a competitive, like, oh, I got to be the funny one. But then after a while, I realized anything that comes up, I mean, John I've never seen anybody like this. He'll get a point of view of a character, and I've tried to ask you how you do it, but I think and it's like, he will get a point of view just immediately, and will just get a laugh. And so, whatever you do, it's always going to be funny. And I think when I got to that point where I know, like, I don't really have to work, I can support most of the time, you know, and then there's certainly, I'm going to take an opportunity if it's a character or whatever, but that took a lot of pressure off, you know. And, you know, again, I think it took us 2 or 3 years for me to realize, like, oh, okay, just trust, you know, that something good is good. You always come up with a character. You always come up with a character. I've never seen you not do a character, not sustain laughs throughout the scene. And that takes, you know, once you smash your ego, that takes a lot of pressure off.
Sure.
Well, I think I want to go back to what Jimmy was just saying about trust. I think that's it. When you work together with someone, it's like, oh my God, I don't have to be the funny one all the time. He's going to be the funny one half of the time. Thank God, right?
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of the burden off. And what I've realized about Jimmy is that he can do so much. He can play characters. He can edit. He knows all those editing, what have you, long form things. And yeah, it's a yes and mofo. I think it was last show when you played that husband whose like world was collapsing. It was at the Joe Bill show at the that sofa scene.
Yes. Oh my God.
When you played that was a tour de force character moment in the show.
But see, here's the thing. So after that show, a couple of people said that it was the most. They said that was the most selfish show they've seen from me, and I'm like, that was better than saying, you know, oh, you're the funniest one, because I for the longest time I was like, I got to be the funniest, and that got in my way, and I would, like, you know, even tonight it's like, oh, how can I support, you know, because, you know, and you know, I still worry about being funny, but man, when you take that pressure off, that show was like magical. We did this scene with you and Joe Bill, and I was doing the garage sale with the thing, and it was just like, we were just slow and patient. And that scene, and both of you guys were just like, I hate to use the basketball analogy, but every time you open your mouth, it was like a 3-point play. And I was just, all I had to do was like serve the scene. Just say a couple things, have an emotion or whatever, and then at the end of the scene, it was like a reveal that this guy's life was falling apart, which, you know, now I had to just tap into emotions and just act. That to me was like, that was great. And, you know, getting back to chemistry, it's like, I think it's a mutual respect of the person.
Sure.
Like, you respect them, you respect their work, you want to work with them, and then it's trust, you know.
Yes.
And I don't think you can fake chemistry.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know,
That is true.
I was at that show, and I have to say, John, you and I'm sorry,
Joe Bill.
Joe Bill, you guys found the game within the game so fast. Like you said it was $500, and he said it was 20% of, and like you guys are saying the same, but you found the game within the game so fast, and I think that's one of the things with chemistry. Like you have, the sooner you can find the game within the game, the sooner the scene can take off.
Mm-hmm.
What team have you guys seen in your guys' career that had the best chemistry?
For me, recently I think it was the Cook County Social Club.
Okay.
They looked like they were honestly having a fun time. They were friends. They could act. They could do games. They were just and each, you know, each person kind of had their own role.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it would be Cook County Social Club.
Okay.
I guess I gotta say TJ and Dave. I mean, their chemistry is almost too good, you know? They're always in the same show. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's unbelievable
Oh.
the amount of time working together that it's taken them to get there. Oh my God.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome.
very impressive.
Who's someone that you haven't had on your show that you would like to have on your show?
Well, I mean, they're like big, you know, I know Dan Backadall, you know, comes into town, and I'd like to see him play with us. Who else would I like to see? Well, we played with Joe List. He was someone that I always looked up to.
Yeah, same here.
Thinking who else that I would like to play with. Oh, Stephanie Ware would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Jimmy and Johnny. You guys have your show at Judy's Beat Lounge the first Sunday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank you guys for sitting down and talking to me.
John, thank you for
No
having
problem.
us.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much.